Alright, so we're back out here. Nobody's on the island. So we're just gonna get started. This is my first pull. I think my pet is max level, I think, or at least one of the higher levels. Con's blue, Con's dangerous. A different one conned blue, but it wasn't dangerous. So I think we're good there. Gave him that two-handed sword I was holding on to. Since today should be a longer session, I'm rested. It's in the AM currently. We'll see how he does. He's gonna need a heal. I mean, the gargoyles, they do good damage. But it's a pretty good fight, pretty nice and even. Am I not watching the gargoyle? Alright, let's see if we can get an eye. Since we, there we go, we got 2 eyes. Oops, that is 18 platinum. So that is pretty much the best case scenario. Yesterday was pretty much the worst case scenario, where we just couldn't get them to drop, even though I did get one. I couldn't get them to drop on while I was recording. We still want to be very, very careful. To not aggro multiple things. It looks okay. So I'm gonna go in. I am gonna apply my leech, and that's it. It's the only dot I'll apply to these. They are green. And I'm gonna apply a leech, and I'm gonna heal the. So that's the plan. Toss a heal on the skeleton. I mean on my pet. And use a leech on the enemy skeleton. And hoping like this is my medding time to combat my lich. And this doesn't really do much to my pet, so I guess it does enough. The heal kind of just countered whatever the skeleton's gonna do to him. But you gotta get rid of them. But they could drop bone chips for me like that. Or they can drop some cloth armor and stuff that I can give to my pet. Try to just beef him up a little bit. There is a gargoyle there, but he's going to the no man's land. We don't go over there. But he'll come back, or we'll swing around and we'll run into him. The goal is to stay around the water, and if I have to, pull anything back to the water. Oops. So we have a gargoyle coming in here. So we'll go ahead and go in on him. First thing I like to cast is Heart Flutter because it reduces his AC and his strength. And that will help my pet. And then I always want to get a leech on him, and then I put my Heat Blood, which is my biggest dot. And then I cast a heal on my pet, because he's going to need it. And then I start medding. But it looks like I'm going to have to re-up my Allure of Death. But my pet heal that I'm using is healing him for 20 per tick, and it's reducing my health 20 per tick. So what I may end up doing is, yeah, so like, you know, I'm getting low on life. So what I will do is I'll just tap him once just to keep my life above half. But as you can see, it does tap me pretty good. Another eye, nice. I did see a skeleton wandering around. But that's it, that's the game plan. This is where you can see how strong a Shaman Necro combo is, and that's what I was playing with my friend previously, because he has like Chloroplast, regeneration, and stuff like that. And he has his own mana regeneration with Cannibalize. So regeneration is just so good for both of these classes. We both have dots, and we're double dotting everything, and we're just root rotting. And it's actually really, really insane how good of a combo that is. You don't have anything that can really tank. I mean, the shaman can. They're in, you know, full banded ogre shaman. Like, they can tank if necessary. They have a shield and everything. All right. So we're just gonna go in on it again. I cast that out of order. Haven't really gotten any resists, which is good. Only got one spell resisted yesterday. My pet is taking a beating here. Oh, we're gonna go in for a second, try to leech some life. Okay. Really don't want to let the pet die. Just trying to buy some time. Gargoyle's gonna run. Okay. That was a little questionable, we'll say. If I should have done that or not. Oh, there's another gargoyle, so you have to be careful. They're coming all over the place. So, what you want to do is you want to have a base camp, really, where you can med. Which is, I think it's back that way, but he's kind of standing between me and it. But here's another good one here. So just way out here by the water. This should be a safe spot. Nothing should pat here. So this is pretty safe to med up. So I'm going to go ahead and med up. I got quite a bit of medding to do, including the pet. And we're just going to keep at this for a while. The XP is pretty good. We didn't check on it. I don't even know where I started. I forgot where we left off yesterday. But the XP is pretty good. The gargoyles are great. They do need some time to respawn. We do need to kill the skeletons. They'll kill the skeletons too, which is nice. But they share a spawn, so we have to kill everything. But the skeletons still give XP even though they're green. And bone chips and maybe some gear for my pet. So it's all good. Everything's good now. But yeah, so we'll be doing this. We're going to med up. We'll keep doing this, and we'll check it in a little bit. So I just came back to show I just got in trouble. It didn't, I guess I can't really show. It didn't really show up very well. I pushed on pause too late. I was fighting a gargoyle. I was fighting a gargoyle. Everything was cool. And then a skeleton spawned right on top of us. So then I had a gargoyle and a skeleton. Everything was still cool. I was maintaining, everything's fine. And then another gargoyle patted into us. And so I had two gargoyles and a skeleton. And it was just too much, and my mana was low, and I was like, I need to go, you know, feign death away from this fight so that I don't get resisted or whatever, and just kind of, you know, handle and med up and everything. And unfortunately, I feigned death, and then my dots kill the gargoyle. I don't get experience or loot or anything. And I lost my skeleton with the sword. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. So that's why you want to pull it to a safe spot. I thought I was like safe. I was near the water, but you know, you got to pick your spots. Like this one's good because you don't have other paths that come by. So if you're fighting somewhere where other paths come by and you're not on top of all the kills, and you know, and you're starting to get respawns, then it's bad news. We did get unlucky respawn on the skeleton, but it is what it is. So another necro has come here and started killing mobs, gargoyles. So it's kind of put the brakes on XP and everything. There's not really enough spawns for multiple people. There's only like 6 spawns or so. And then, you know, half the time there'll be skeletons, so you don't get much out of skeletons. Earlier also I did almost die. I aggroed 2 gargoyles pretty much right away. This was earlier. There was 2 gargoyles. I waited for one to pad away. So then once one padded away, I pulled one. And I wasn't watching. I was looking to my right and in front of me, and I wasn't watching my left. And while I was waiting for all that to happen, another one padded from my left. And so he ended up aggroing like immediately. And there's the other Necro. Yeah, he's level 24, so he probably kills more quickly than I think. Yeah, level 24, you have another set of spells. So he's got a newer pet and everything. So I'm sure he does kill a lot quicker than I do. I mean, so I could leave, or I could just hang out and keep doing my thing. I was watching Ogre Guy, and he was talking about he was eating Pizza Hut, and that sounds really good right now. Well, just pizza in general. So I may, depending on how this goes, I think I'm gonna order pizza and go get pizza and take a break. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's plan is or what I should do. Just continue or not. Yeah, so like nothing's up. There was that skeleton that we saw that was going towards him. We'll let him kill that. And other than that, there's just nothing. So not really enough spawns for 2 people. It's really good for 1, and just not good at all for 2, which is how it is. I could go across the way and kill. He's got 2 skeletons there. I could kill like the other sisters. That not the 2 that drop the sword, but there's like other ones that are lower level that wander around the island. But then I'm just gonna ruin my my rep further. And like my plan was, I wanted to eventually get a druid, pay a druid to put me into a wolf, and then turn in a ton of muffins, so that I can not lose my camp when I fill my bags and fill up on weight. Because that's a real thing. That's gonna happen. And like, you know, you step away for just a second, because oftentimes people will just sit there and be like, hey, how long are you gonna be here? And you can be like, I'm gonna be here for 2 hours. And I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. And so if they see you take off, or even if you tell them like, hey, I'm gonna take off and go sell, they're gonna take your camp. Like you can't abandon the camp. You know, it's not your camp anymore. So it's just how it is. Yep. So I'll figure that out. Maybe I'll take a break and get pizza, but we'll check back in when I figure it out. Oh, anyways, with the 2 gargoyles, I ended up being able to kill them both. I had to face tank a lot, and it was wild. I just focused one down. And in the end, my pet was down to like half a bub of life. And somehow he just tanked and tanked and tanked. And I was like, how is this gargoyle not touching him? And it was wild. He just came through. He was a champ. All right. All right, so I won the War of Attrition. The other Necromancer just left. This other guy's here, but he's kiting the specters, so that's no issue. I just gotta be careful not to get whacked. Looks like maybe he's like a wizard, quad kiting. So he's free to do so. That's cool. Has nothing to do with me. The other Necromancer just left, so for the last while he's been here. I did order a pizza, and then I ran and picked it up real quick. It's like 2 minutes down the street. I can't do delivery of anything. I live in like the suburbs of LA, California, Los Angeles, and And I'm sure it's like this everywhere, but it is just so expensive to to order food. I mean, like, if like a Big Mac is $5 when you walk into McDonald's, probably gotta watch out here. Then if you order it on the app, it's like $6.50. And then they're gonna charge you delivery fee, and then they're gonna charge you some other fee, and then then you have to tip the driver. And so what I'm saying is, like, a $13 fast food combo is like $25 delivered. And like, I've even been seeing on pizza, I don't know if it was Pizza Hut or Domino's, but they have a it says like California fee, and you look at it and it says like the price of operation in California is really expensive. So this is to counter the cost of operation. It's like, yeah, bro, like the cost of living in California is also expensive. Do I get a discount for that shit? It's kind of, you know. But anyways, California, am I right? So then I went and picked it up, came back. I made sure to expend like everything I had, all my mana, all my life, my pet, everything, and then I sat down in the safe spot, ran, picked it up, came back. I was meted full when I got back. Then I did that again, expended everything I had, and then I ate. Try to just be efficient. And we're getting a lot of skeletons, but you know. We're getting a lot of skeletons. Oh my god, we're getting a lot of skeletons. Oh my god, we're getting a lot of skeletons. Jesus. What? Come on, bro. Like, anyways. Alright, let's just nuke these guys down. I just got rid of my, my undead nuke for a different pet heal. Because the pet heal where you hurt yourself, it's pretty costly. And sometimes I have mana, but not life. So I didn't want to do that. But anyways, we have been killing a decent amount of gargoyles. We are about to level, so we just need a smidge here. So that's what we're looking to do, is level real quick. We are raking in the bone chips. I do have a couple of two-handed swords. There is a stack of 20 gargoyle eyes with an extra 2 here. We are picking up some words and runes and stuff. I do want to do inscription. But I just don't know anything about it. I've never done it before, actually. I don't tend to play too many casters. Like Shaman or Druid. Like Wisdom casters, like I'll do. But like pure intellect casters, I just haven't really been my thing in any game, any MMO, anywhere. Like in World of Warcraft, you'll never catch me playing a mage or warlock. Or even a priest, you know. Like on this game, I haven't really played a wizard, mage, enchanter. I played necro really for the first time with this other necromancer that I talk about all the time. It was on a TLP server, and that was really my first time. And I actually was just like, this is amazing. I've always wanted to play necromancer, but intellect, you know, archetype isn't mine. I'm more like a melee dude, and but I always wanted to play a necromancer. So you'd say, well, I wanted to play a Shadow Knight. Sure. But anyways, but I always wanted to play necromancer. Just always something I always wanted to do. And then, so I finally pulled the trigger and I did it. And it was amazing. It was just awesome. But that was TLP. So I'm looking to do it here on P99. And I do have a shaman here. Which I do need to finish, so I will be playing a shaman at some point. Right now the focus is this necro. The shaman's only like level 40. So we'll be picking up from level 40 on the shaman at some point. The gold's pretty good. I got 135 gold. My weight is kind of getting out of control a little bit. I did pick up those couple of those two-handed swords, but they're just so good in my opinion that I want to hold on to them. You know, if my pet dies, I'll have one on deck for my next pet, and so on and so forth. I really prefer the two-handed swords. I mean, this whip that he has on, this was a whip, I think like episode 2. I was running through EC tunnels, I saw something on the ground, I was like, you know, you never know. So I picked it up, somebody just threw a whip on the ground, nothing crazy, but it was pretty good. And I was like, that's actually pretty good. I now, you know, I'm poor as hell, all I have is cloth gear, really. And so, anything is pretty good for me, but those already respawned? That's a pretty quick respawn, holy crap. So I thought it was pretty good, and I was like, yeah, I want that. So I picked it up, threw it in the bank, and my bank got full, and I didn't have a bag. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this with me and put her on a pet. So I did, and actually this pet whoops ass. And it's pretty fast, so. Did I not? It moved. What is happening? Oh, this little tiny ledge or something? There we go. So, unfortunately, what is happening? Alright. Okay. Yeah, so this, I'm like pretty close to a full set of cloth on this guy. I think I need like one more bracer and a belt. There we go. Rather not aggro that skeleton quite yet. I want to kill this gargoyle first. Preferably kill the gargoyles first, and then while you're waiting for a spawn or whatever. This gargoyle maybe might just ding me. Damn. So the only thing that ever seems to get resisted is the heart flutter, and it's like 1 out of every 5 gets resisted. So it's not too bad. Damn it. That's why I shouldn't have really just let the... Oh my... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I thought he aggroed on me for a... Ooh, starting to get a little crazy. I thought he aggroed on me for a second there, but he aggroed on the skeleton. Clutch. Oh, and there's the... No, 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 no! Shit. Okay. Well, here we go. I shouldn't cast this because this is the one he resists. But I did it anyways. Get one more heal off on the pet. Alright, pet, I'm gonna need you to tank like a beast, like that other pet did that one time. I need that other skeleton not to wander down here too, that'd be great. Alright, I gotta get in there. Unfortunately, I don't have them dotted up as much as I'd like to. But I do have a leech on him that's about to run out. Alright, I don't know. I'm gonna hit him. Hopefully he'll run after this. He's probably not. Gotta get in there. Oh my god. Worth it. 2 eyes. Whew. You know? And that's why you don't get too comfy and you pull to the side. I've been having that other Necromancer here, though, so it was like we're just running, and both of us are running opposite directions, one clockwise, one counterclockwise, just looking for anything to kill. And you get comfortable when that's happening, and then he's gone now, so I should probably go back to being safe and pulling towards the water. Shit. Shit. Where's my pet at? He's fighting a skeleton or something? Not sure where he is. I mean, I'm assuming if he was fighting a gargoyle, he'd be dead by now. Where is he? Where is he? Maybe I had him on guard. Where? Oh, here he is. Here he is. I saw the skeleton over here, but I didn't see. Or is this him? That is him. All right. Oh. I'm gonna have to get in here. I don't want him to die to a stupid skeleton. This would be really bad timing for something else to aggro on me, so this needs to wrap up here. All right, loot it and scoot it. I do have quite the meta ahead of me, so I do want to get to this spot over here where I won't be bothered. Where's the... God damn it! Fucking... Alright, pet died. To this fucking skeleton. You gotta be kidding me, man. Like... Alright, I hear ya. Insufficient fucking mana. Come on, man. We're gonna die to a fucking skeleton, dude. Oh, man. This is how it's gonna happen. We're just low on mana, so we're just gonna fizzle every fucking time. He doesn't believe it. He does believe it. Jeez. I don't know what it is with this game, and I'm sure everybody knows this, but if you're low on mana, like if you barely have enough mana to cast the whatever spell it is, your chance to fizzle goes up like 300%. It's crazy. It's just some mechanic that's built into this game, where if you barely have enough mana to cast a spell, you're likely gonna fizzle. Like I fizzled twice. I never fizzle that spell, but when you're low on mana, you're gonna fizzle. Just an old school EverQuest mechanic to keep you honest. But anyways, we survived. Yay. Jeez Louise. Holy crap. You see how stuff snowballs. Alright, let's get... That was close, and that would have been annoying. And I would have de-leveled, like, which is kind of like... That's kind of my thing right now. Is dying and de-leveling. I don't want it to be, though. We're trying to move forward. Anyways, cool. So we dinged, and I got a lot of medding to do. I got the island to myself, though. By the time I med my pet out and remed, as long as nobody comes along, the island's gonna be fully restocked. Hopefully not a lot of skeletons, like we just witnessed like 6 skeletons or 5 skeletons in like 1 frame. But anyways, all right, so I'm gonna met up and do all that, and we'll catch you in a bit. All right, things have slowed down a bit. That first level was pretty quick. I am still here by myself, besides the wizard who keeps coming and kiting the specters every now and again. But now that I've leveled, some of the skeletons do not give XP anymore, and then some of them do, but they're probably 1 level away from not giving XP anymore, so it's really negligible. So it slowed down in that case, I guess. I've been getting a lot of skeletons, maybe just a little bit of bad luck. I'm starting to get real heavy. I can't run that fast. I've been deleting all of my copper, and I only have 1 unnecessary item on me. Well, I have some I have like 2 cracked staffs or something, but I have this rusty 2-handed sword that I just don't want to get rid of, because when I come back, I'm going to need a weapon for my pet. So I want to keep that on me. And it weighs 12 pounds, so it's, you know, unnecessary weight right there. Oh, he's not going to be able to get him. Yeah. So I am going to have to go soon and take care of that. The gargoyle eyes weigh 0.2, and the bone chips weigh 0.1, but it all adds up, because now I have like, damn it. Oh, that's a bad spot to get stunned in. Oh, that didn't work. All right. I was trying to train him onto my pet, but oh well. Skeletons really don't do very much damage. Oh, Jesus. This is why you pull to the water. This is why. But anyways. We'll get this off me here in a second. Or we already have. Alright, we're fine. So it looks like he's facing this guy, so we're gonna dot him. I'll go ahead and just heal up the pet a little bit. Not a big deal. So this is what we've been doing. We'll see if we get XP from either of these skeletons. Would have been nice if like the skeletons were a little bit higher level, seeing as they're placeholders for level 19. But I think the skeletons are like level 13 or 12 or something. That would have been nice if they were maybe like 15 or 16, and you can get squeeze a little more XP out of them while you're on this camp. Yeah, so that one didn't give XP at all. So we'll heal the pet. And dot the skelly. Overall, been good. Let's take a look. So my XP is there. Maybe a tick over a yellow and a half. We have 34 eyes at 9 plat each. We have almost 4 stacks of bone chips. I think we came in with 1.5 stacks though. But I used a lot, you know, various times summoning my pet between last night and today. And then we do have some pages. But I'll throw some of these bone chips in the bank. But yeah, other than that, we've been getting a lot of skeletons, as you see here. A lot of skeletons. But, you know, it's all just RNG. We've had times where we get a lot of gargoyles. Like on my shaman, I've had a couple of occasions where you're getting just a lot of gargoyles, and then you have times where you don't. So it is what it is. Now, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say if I hearth back, oh my god, what? Whoops. If I gate back and I, sell off, take care of everything, and then if I were to come back, what you'd want to do is, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, is leave one gargoyle up so he can clear all the skeletons over and over and over, and then hopefully when you get back, it's like pretty much pure gargoyles, because you leave one up, maybe a second one comes up, they keep killing all the skeletons, and over time those skeletons will eventually also become gargoyles until the whole island is gargoyles, because they're much, much stronger. Another skeleton. So yeah, it's a whole lot of this. I guess we'll just make it a short episode because there's not much I can show in regards to this island. Like I mentioned, the first level went by pretty quick. This second level that I'm trying to get here is going by more slowly. And we're like really getting close to the point to where I'm gonna have to leave. I mean, the bone chips will keep chipping away at me, if you would, and the gargoyle eyes will also keep chipping away at me. Along with the gold and the silver that I'm looting. Another skeleton. And like I said, I keep deleting my copper. I stopped paying attention to it. I had over 1,000 copper, which was like 15 pounds or something like that, or 10 pounds, I don't remember. But we'll cash in the eyes and everything, and then we'll see what we want to do from there. I could go back to Unrest, maybe try to get a group inside the house. Maybe I can get up to Fireplace. That would be pretty cool. It's not too far from here if you take the boat to, I mean, we're really close to Sister Island where the boat stops, and we can take the boat into Butcher Block. There's also a vendor there that'll vendor to evil races at the Druid Ring. So with that, when I start killing sisters, what I want to do is I want to bind myself with the Druid Ring, pay attention to the Discord, and when the boat is almost to the Sisters Island, since it's so close to Butcher Block, or I could just say when the boat's close to Butcher Block, I'm gonna gate, sell off everything, run back to the docks, and hope to time it to where I get back to the docks just before the boat gets there. Jump on the boat will zone, and the Sisters Island is like 30 seconds from the zone. So I could another skeleton. It's just bad luck right now. It is what it is. So I could potentially, if I do the gate, sell off, run to the docks, get on the boat thing correctly, I could potentially not lose my camp, and I'll have to break the camp again though. That's one thing that's gonna suck in the early levels. But that's the play, to not lose my camp. Other than that, what I wanted to do was the Druid Wolf to turn in the muffins, get my, while I'm watching a basketball game or something, just sit there and just turn an entire inventory full of muffins one at a time or whatever it is, so that I can get my rep up to where I could use the vendor on the island. Whoa. So anyways, alright, so I'm going to continue doing this for a little while, and, ooh, a gargoyle. Let's kill this gargoyle real quick. And after this gargoyle, I'll go ahead and pause it again, and, oh, he, resisted. And, I'll unpause it when we go to sell off. So we can see how much cash we made in this. During this, we came here with 0 cash at all, period. Somebody's asking for the camp. Oh, we're gonna have to heal. We're low on mana here as well. I mean, there can't be anything. We just killed like 4 or 5 skeletons in a row. And then here's a gargoyle and another skeleton. I feel like everything has to be dead at this point. Okay. All right. Message this guy. So I'll just let the guy know what's up, and I'll tell him right now that I'm gonna probably bail here soon. But he's 46, so I don't think he's not real. He's a 46 druid. There's another skeleton up there. He's not really interested in the gargoyles primarily. He probably only wants to kill the gargoyles while he's waiting for respawns of the specters. Seeing as he's level 46, the gargoyles won't be giving him any XP. But anyways, yeah, so we'll catch you in a little bit. Alright, we're here in town. We're just gonna sell off and see what we can get here. I'm gonna keep all the bone chips naturally. So these are 9 platinum, 4 gold each. There's a stack of 20. That's a lot. So you could sell these words for a plat there, 4 gold there, 7 gold there. I'm gonna hang on to them. I wanna look into, there's another 14 gargoyle eyes. Now the runes are for mages, I believe. Mages or wizards, one of the two. But I'm just gonna go ahead and vendor them. You could probably, I don't know, sell them or something, but I'm not worried about it. Scent of Mar, I'm not even sure what that's for. Probably something similar, whatever. And is that it? That is it. So we have 4 stacks of bone chips, some pages, and a sword. Now I'm gonna run over to the bank real quick and up all this cash, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, so we made it in here into the bank. Hopefully we get no unexpected visitors. There we go. So let's coin up. So in total we made 357 platinum. We got a level and almost 2 bubs. We went there right after we dinged 20. We stayed there for the entire level from 20 to 21, and then this little bit here. And we made 357 platinum. It's pretty good. Not bad. That's more platinum than I've had the entire game put together. Like, I'm sitting on 111, and everything I've spent on spells and whatever else I've spent money on is definitely still far less than 357. Like, I may have had like 250, probably not even. So now we're almost at 500 platinum. It's really good. So, you know, if you just sit there for a few levels until, you know, the gargoyles start turning green or something, it could be pretty dang good. And if you are a Necromancer or Shadow Knight, you get the kicker of getting some bone chips. So yeah, so pretty good. And that's about that. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Where will I be? I'm not really sure. But we'll see ya.